Hello YouTube. Today I'm out here making a morel mushroom hunting video. So we're out here in the woods and I'm out here looking for morel mushrooms. So right now I'm underneath this dead elm. That's where we find them most of the times around here, is under the dead elms. But in this little patch of prickly ash here, I'm just looking around. There might not be any coming up yet, but I'm going to be looking around underneath some of the dead elms around here, looking to see if I can find any morel mushrooms. So, let's see if we can find some. I was looking around underneath this dead elm. There's lots of area under here where there could be some morels, but I don't see any popping up under this tree yet. So, I'm going to move on to one of the next trees, and hopefully we find something. I've moved to the next two trees. There's one right there next to Molly, and then there's one right over there. So we're gonna start looking around these trees and hope that we find something. And I just noticed, if you see these light flowers right here, the trilliums are starting to bloom in the woods. There's going to be a whole bunch of really pretty white flowers. And yeah, there's quite a few down that way. But yeah, so I'm going to start looking. Molly's going to help me. I've been looking around these trees for probably about 15 minutes now. I haven't found anything. They might not be coming up here yet, but we're gonna go search around some of the other trees. The only thing I found is a bunch of trilliums that are starting to bloom, and where something's been digging at the base of this tree. So I'm gonna move down the hill that way. There's some more dead elms down that way, and I maybe might go up along the pasture line to see if there's any up there. So I'm going to keep on going. There's this really big dead elm on the side of our pasture here. But it looks like, unfortunately, underneath this dead elm here, there doesn't look to be any morels under this one. So I'm going to move on to the next one. So I looked around this dead elm stump and that dead elm, and along this dead elm log, and around that brush pile and stuff, but no morels. So I'm gonna move on to the next tree. Right now, we're right on the edge of the field that they planted in corn this year. So yeah, so me and Molly are now gonna move on to one of the next dead elm trees. So hopefully we have more luck. I'm right on the very edge of the field now, and I'm right on this very heavily used deer trail that goes up that way. Right, Molly? It's very heavily used, isn't it? Yep. So it's really heavily used deer trail that goes through here, and I believe it was shed hunting part 2. I found a deer shed right up that way. No morels around this tree, unfortunately. So I've been looking around these stumps here. I haven't found anything. The morels should be coming up any day now, since they haven't came up yet, it seems to be. So I'm going to make another video, morel mushroom part 2, in a couple days. I'll come out here to the next couple days, and I'll make a video when I start finding them. There's a couple morel mushrooms on the very edge of our yard, not in the woods here. Our yard's a ways up that way, but there's some old dead elm trees along the edge of our yard, so I'm going to go up there and I'm going to check around those. So if I don't find any, I won't come back. But most likely this is going to be the end of this video. Expect a part 2, and bye!